So this is my first Dexter's Lab creepypasta, and it blew. The story had an interesting potential to be a good lost episode pasta, but I hated that there was a short summary, and I hated the fact that the kid never mentioned this episode to his family or ever tried to record or whatever. It's also weird that an episode like this would air on TV and no one would complain about the Cartoon Network studios about its disturbing content. Also, some of the grammar and words could have been written better. I like the concept, but this story needed a total rewrite in order for it to be a great lost episode pasta. 2003. I will never forget 2003. It was the first day of first grade. My teacher was crazy. When I say crazy, I meant the year after I was in her class, her daughters were taken away from her, and she was fired from her job. Well, it was my first day, and I was pumped. I was really excited to get home from school, because there was a new episode of my favorite show, Dexter's Lab, on tonight. After all day in school, I got home and begged my mom to turn it on. I felt stupid after this, because it didn't come on until 7, so I had to wait. Finally, 7 arrived, and I sat down in front of the TV with my dad. He asked me what I wanted to watch, and I told him Dexter's Lab. He said I had to watch it alone, because he had to get up at 3 in the morning to go to work. I said okay, and then he left. When it started, I was so excited that I didn't notice that the color was off, and the sound was quieter. The frame came up that said the name of the episode, Dexter's Accident. The picture was Dexter on his knees, in front of a grave with flowers on it. The grave didn't have anyone's name on it. This is why I got even more excited, because nobody ever dies on Dexter's Lab. It made me feel more like an adult. The episode got started with Dexter sitting on his bed with tears in his eyes. Dee Dee came in and said hi Dexter in her annoying voice. Dexter didn't reply. She looked at him and asked what was wrong. Dexter lifted his head and said that he had accidentally killed Monkey in an experiment, and now he had nothing to test on. Dee Dee said that she would do it. Dexter looked at her and said there was no danger, but then he stopped himself and said that unless it works on humans, better than it would on monkeys. He said okay and took her to the machine in his lab. He hooked her up to the machine, and all she said was that it tickled. Dexter started up the machine, and Dee Dee started to fall asleep. Dexter said, "Yes, everything is working!" It went silent for about 3 minutes. And then just like that, Dee Dee woke up screaming at the top of her lungs. Dexter tried to calm her down. He stopped the machine and asked what happened. She was still screaming, but she said her bones were melting. Dexter was crying and didn't know what to do. He just sat there and watched Dee Dee screaming in pain until she just stopped. Dexter went downstairs crying and told his parents that Dee Dee was dead. His dad ran upstairs and screamed. He never came back down. Everything paused for about 2 minutes, and then he heard a gunshot. Mom started screaming, and Dexter ran outside yelling for help. Then he heard another gunshot, and Mom screamed stop. Dexter starts running down the road and goes head-on with a truck. A guy gets out of the truck. He looks at the camera and says in a joking way,
Guess this truly is the end.
I will try to find pictures for this episode as soon as possible, and I'll post them for you guys to see.